So you ready to do this?
Yeah.
Perfect.
We're back again. Now, we're back again. Now, we're back again.
What's up, everybody? I am Travesty.
And I'm Cartoon Joe.
And welcome back to another episode of this freaking show. It is the weekly podcast with a little bit of something and a whole lot of nothing. The same weekly podcast that is brought to you by CarterComics.com. That's right, guys. CarterComics.com, proud sponsor of this freaking show, Just Freak Wrestling. Freaknet Studios as a whole. If you're the kind of person who's big on collecting comics, which I know there's a lot of comic collectors out there. We've been to C2E2. We've seen them. They do exist.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't want to go out into the world and buy your comics. You want to buy them online? Then I know where you need to go. And you got to go to CarterComics.com. Whether it be a raw or graded comic, they do supply both of them. At a fair price, too. You pull up CarterComics.com, you start scrolling through all their comics, you're like, wow, what a deal on an amazing comic. A 9.8, and it's only that much? Holy crap, what a deal. But it gets even better than that, folks, because not only do they price at a reasonable price, they're also going to give you an additional 10% off by using our discount code FREAKNET at checkout. That's FREAKNET. Use it at checkout. Save yourself an additional 10% on top of the already amazing prices that they have over at CarterComics.com. And maybe some of you guys aren't a big fan of just buying comics outright. Maybe you like, the challenge, the fight for the comic. I'm talking about eBay. You guys want to go on and you want to bid on comics, you want to win that comic. Well, CarterComics.com has 4 different eBay accounts that you can find right on their main page at CarterComics.com. Just go to the homepage, scroll to the bottom, and the links are all right there. Not only that, I spoke to Doug. I gave some pretty strong reasonings like, come on, why not? Just do it. And it worked. So he now will honor the 10% off with eBay purchases. So you guys are welcome for that as well. CarterComics.com, one-stop shop for all your comic needs. Go today. Use the discount code FREAKNET. Save 10% on your entire order of comics.
Nice. That was a succinct plug. I liked it.
Right. I told you, man, I want to try different things. I'm trying to reinvent ourselves. Like trying to keep it fresh, keep it a little bit different. Yeah. I mean, 9 times out of 10, we always revert back to the same old shit. But, you know what? If I could throw something new and something different in there, why the hell not?
Yeah, I'm into that.
Yeah.
Speaking of something new and something different, if that's what you're looking for, you might find it over at audibletrial.com/freaknet, where you can sign up for a free 30-day trial of Audible programs and get a free credit towards your first audiobook purchase. You can absolutely go check out something new for free. Just go to audibletrial.com/freaknet. What are you waiting for? Go now.
Go do it. Do it. And do it. Do it. Joe, it's a somber week for our neighbors over the ocean.
Yeah.
As Queen Elizabeth is now taking the eternal rest.
Yep. Ye old dirt nap.
Yep. Ye old.
Say.
Yeah.
Yep. with an E.
Yeah.
Longest reigning monarch of England ever.
Oh yeah, I was looking because I was reading some articles about her because I was like, wow, I can't believe she actually passed away. Which, what, 90, 95, 96 years old?
96.
Like, hey, good for you. That's a long life, and the fact that she spent 70 of it as like a fucking queen with a crown and a throne, amazing. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you can't really ask for much more than that in life, I mean,
It's got to
holy
be a
hell.
dope life, frankly.
It's got to be nice, I mean, like. It's one thing when like you can be like president of the United States, and that only lasts for like 8 years max, and then boom, you're out the door. Once in a while, you pop up in the news for something different, something unique. The fact that this lady ruled a country, and then some. I think it was actually 14 different countries or territories, whatever the hell they want to call them, for 7 decades. It's phenomenal. It's one of the things where, like, I mean, I don't know anything that has longevity of 70 years, and this lady did it. And not only that, like, you said yourself, like, she was the longest reigning, I guess it'd be technically a matriarch.
I don't know. She's a matriarch.
Yeah.
Yeah, monarch. Monarch is
Monarch.
gender neutral, I think.
Is it? Well, I was thinking matriarch and patriarch, but I guess that's just like mother and father.
Right. Yeah, she would be both then. She'd be both the longest serving matriarch and the longest serving monarch.
Yep, because the second longest ruler, I guess, of England. I'm just gonna go ruler. I really need to stay in like my intelligence lane. I shouldn't. I shouldn't coast over to the. I shouldn't coast over to the educated. I should know my lane. I get it. I understand. I'm not dunking any baskets in basketball. I'm not hitting any home runs in baseball. I'm more of a bunter and a passer. I know who I am. Queen Victoria, second longest reigning ruler of England. Surprisingly, I was trying to look, and I was trying to get an idea of how long she was like ruling compared to other people. Yeah. The fact is, like, between the time of Queen Victoria and the time of Queen Elizabeth, nobody like even came close to the amount of years that either one of them put into ruling England.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool to kind of look up and everything. And it looks like she did pass away in Scotland, not in England.
Oh, I bet the Scots love that.
Yeah.
I'm not even being sarcastic.
Well, is there's, I don't know, Braveheart?
Yeah.
That's based on a real thing?
There are a lot of Scots who would love Scotland to be independent of England. Not enough to win the referendum that happens every couple of years, but
but one day.
Yeah, I think so. I think one day.
So now that the Queen has passed, Britain is now into this 10-day plan called Operation London Bridge.
Oh my God, is that really what it's called?
Yeah. Would you like me to read the article?
Yes, please.
Excellent. So this is from NPR. It's just for what it is. Britain has an intricate plan that maps out the 10 days after Queen Elizabeth's death. Queen Elizabeth II is being mourned by her family, fans, and admirers. In Britain, her death at the age of 96 has thrown a state apparatus into motion that has sat idle for 70 years, since Elizabeth's father, King George VI, died in 1952. The British government dubbed the intricate protocol of handling Elizabeth's death Operation London Bridge. Also, fun fact, I did look into it. I think, I can't remember what article it was, but there's also a second operation in effect currently. It's called Operation Unicorn. And that has to do with the fact that she died outside of England.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's wild.
British government dubbed the intricate protocol Operation London Bridge. London Bridge plans were leaked to Politico last fall. But to sum it up, day zero, as in day of, as in the immediate occurrence of the death, the royal household notifies public of the Queen's death. Prince Charles immediately succeeds to the throne upon his mother's death. He will be known as King Charles III. His wife Camilla Camilla, thank you, becomes queen consort. The couple stay at Balmoral overnight. Flags will fly at half-staff across the British government. Charles issues a brief statement, as does the UK Prime Minister Liz Truss. Or Truss, I don't know what the hell it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been saying Truss, but I don't know. I haven't heard it out loud yet.
It looks like Truss. Because Truss, I guess, would be more like a CE.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I literally don't know. Yeah.
Numerous commemorations are planned, from moments of silence to military gun salutes and remembrance in honor of Elizabeth. So now we're past day 0. On day 1, which I guess is the following day.
Okay.
Because I don't really know. Charles returns to London. The Accession Council, a gathering traditionally held at St. James Palace, meets, usually within 24 hours of a monarch's death. Monarch, there you go. Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, you bet.
It formally declares Elizabeth's death and a new king's ascension to the throne. No, that's not ascension. Accession.
Interesting. That's not a word you ever see.
Yeah. Accession. Accession.
Yeah.
Huh. Parliament frames a message of condolence and suspends its normal business until after Elizabeth's funeral. Within week 1, Elizabeth's body is brought from Scotland to Buckingham Palace. Again, that's Operation Unicorn. A ceremonial procession carries her coffin to Westminster. She lies in state at Westminster Hall for 3 days, during which the public can visit her 23 hours of each day. I'm not quite sure which hour it's not available. Guessing 11. I'm going to guess midnight to 1.
That sounds right to me, but I have no idea.
As final funeral preparations are being made in London, Charles travels to Scotland, Northern Ireland, and Wales, visiting leaders in the United Kingdom. Finally, on day 10, a state funeral service is held at Westminster Abbey, triggering an observance of 2-minute silence in the UK. After a final service in St. George's Chapel at Windsor Castle, the Queen is buried on the grounds next to her husband, Prince Philip, who died in April of 2021.
She made it a lot longer past him than I thought she would.
100%. And, you know, it's weird because I don't think there's any decision on when his coronation is going to happen. But per the rules of the royalty, I don't know. What the hell's the word I was going to use? Anyways, he's not allowed to wear a crown in public until coronation. So whenever that is. And if I read right, his coronation might not even happen for like a year.
Sorry, that's really funny.
So weird. But
there's a very mean-spirited part of me that hopes that he dies before he gets to make it to the throne.
There was I can't remember what the hell it was, but there was some kind of a news briefing or some kind of news report months ago. Actually, it might have been after her husband passed away, so probably about a year ago, that they talked about that it was a strong possibility that she may live long enough to have her son have the shortest reign in the throne. And I think right now, currently, the shortest reign was Elizabeth. I want to say Queen Elizabeth's uncle, who was only, I think, king for like 11 months before he gave it up to marry some famous woman here in America.
Right, that's right. That's what the movie The King's Speech is about.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, it's weird because like, I mean, obviously it's sad.
Yeah.
You know, she passed away, and I'm sure people in England, you know, they're mourning it. I mean, is it weird that like it's not like affecting me as much? Like
no,
I'm not.
I don't care even a little bit, to be honest.
Right.
She was, and it's like there are some people when they make it to 96, I care. Grandparents of mine and my friends. Yeah. I've got some congregants I got one lady who's going to be 102 this year.
Nice.
When she goes, I'm going to be very sad because that's going to be a lot of local history.
Yeah.
But like she's the Queen of England to me is such an abstraction. Like I know she's a real person to the people who know her, but like I'm a traitorous colonial in that I'm an American. So on that front, I don't care. I've got a lot of Irish ancestry, and there's a lot of enmity between the Irish and the English. So on that front, good riddance, and then the rest of me is just like, she was 96.
Yeah.
She's been in poor health for long enough that like there's been rumors that they've been like keeping her alive until Prince Charles dies, like in secret or something.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't either. It seemed like she really didn't want him to take the throne ever.
I mean, realistically, when you think about it, I don't think she has any obligation to ever have like a public appearance.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Like none whatsoever. I mean, so they could have kept it hidden for years. Right. Bedridden. She just keeping to herself in her advanced age and everything. And right. Here's the thing too, is like I wish I would have cared. I think what would have allowed me or helped me to care more about her passing is if like through high school or whatever, like whenever I did like world history and shit like that, like there was one thing that she did in her 70 years that was relevant to anything in my life. Like I just, right. for the life of me, I can't think of anything. I mean, obviously we hear about other kings and stuff. Hell, we hear about fucking other Englishmen, Winston Churchill. Biggest person that pops into my fucking head, outside of, the king who ruled during, the fucking Revolutionary War, which is like George the Third?
Yeah, I think so. Something like that.
Yeah. So it's like she was in there for 70 years and I can't think of a damn thing she did that I remember whatsoever. I don't even think if somebody comes and says, "Oh, remember she did this?" I'm like, no, I don't. There's not 1 ounce of "oh yeah" whatsoever. Right. I remember Princess Diana more.
Yeah. Well, I feel, and I mean this is conspiracy theory thinking. I'm not going to lie about that, but I feel like that is the one thing the Queen did that everyone will remember is assassinate Diana.
That's something I never really heard until recent.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure it was talked about. It's the same thing with Kennedy. Like right. You learn what one thing is, and you never really I mean, this is just me. It's not everyone else out there. But like when I go to school and I learn about something, I learn about it. Cool, it's whatever. It doesn't have any value to me when I leave, so I really don't give a shit. So when we talk about the assassination of Kennedy.
Right.
And we learned it was Lee Harvey Oswald from the building and blah, blah, blah. Cool, I learned it. Unless I'm going to fucking work for a Kennedy or the White House and I had no ambition or interest to do either one of them, I don't give a fuck about the assassination. But when I sit at home and like this Kennedy documentary comes on, I say, let me learn more about Kennedy. I like Lincoln, and Lincoln was assassinated, and there's a lot of comparisons between the two. Maybe this will spark my interest. And then you start learning. Oh, he didn't die from Oswald. He died from the mafia. He died from the government. There was a second shooter on the grassy knoll. That the gunshot actually came from the front of the car, from the driver shooting behind him. That's why his head blew back, and so all this other stuff. So realistically, when I heard Princess Diana died, first off, I was young. I had no idea who the fuck that was.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know.
That was like 1997, so I was 7 and you were 8 or 9.
Yeah. So it's like that means nothing to me. Oh, somebody was in a car accident. Why are people talking about that?
Right.
Princess Diana, what? Burger King was the only royalty I gave a fuck about then.
Right.
But yeah,
it's my God-given right as an American to only care about Burger King as a monarch in my life.
100%. So it was just weird, when you start hearing about more speculations of that. But like I said, even then. 70 years. I have no idea what the fuck she did.
Yeah, I don't think she did anything. And that's not necessarily a bad thing.
No.
I mean, I think it's a good thing to have 70 years of basically enough peace that nothing particularly bad or particularly good happened.
I can't remember. I can't remember what TV show it was. But there was a line in a TV show. I gotta fucking remember what TV show it was, because I think it makes it more important when I say it. But there was a line in it where like somebody was talking to somebody about like their work or their job. Like it was like a boss talking to another person. And all the person said to like his boss, whatever, said, if I'm doing my job, oh, you know what? It was what the hell is that fucking TV show? Conan O'Brien.
Oh, okay.
Conan O'Brien was talking to one of his Jordan Schlatsky.
Okay.
I don't know if have you ever watched any of those YouTube videos? Make a note of it. Conan O'Brien, Jordan Schlatsky. Watch those fucking videos. It's fucking amazing. But anyways, no one knows what Jordan Schlatsky does there. Like, not a fucking clue. But he's always there. And Conan asked him, he's like, what do you do? How do I know that you're actually doing something here? And all Jordan said was, if you never see me doing my job, then you know I'm doing my job well.
Nice.
And I think it's like kind of that's what you said. Like, if she has if you don't really acknowledge her for anything that she did, then maybe she did her job pretty fucking well. No one invaded England. There may have been movies about it, but London has never truly fallen.
Right.
You know, I mean, the worst thing I think that happened over in fucking England. God, you know what? Hold on a second. Oh God. Okay, I gotta look something up first just before I say, because I don't want something stupid. I want to make sure this is where I thought it was gonna be. Well, clearly that's not right. How dare this fucking thing? Okay, so here's the thing.
I'm ready.
The fucking church that caught on fire.
Notre Dame.
Yes. Where is that at?
Paris.
Cool. Why the fuck is it that when I search Notre Dame Church and my fucking phone, it takes me to Chicago?
I don't know.
Stupid fucking people.
There is a Notre Dame prep
There is.
by me.
There is.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I was gonna say, like, the worst thing that happened in England was Notre Dame burning down, but you said that's in France. And now that I'm remembering Hunchback of Notre Dame, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, Brexit maybe.
Yeah. So nothing's happened in England. No plagues.
Yeah.
No fucking no barbers slicing throats. No Jack the Ripper. Nothing.
Yep.
So I think she did a pretty good job, even though I don't know what the fuck she did. Like,
Yeah,
I not one bit.
She was an excellent figurehead.
And that's the thing too. It's not like I can say she ruled England pretty well, because isn't technically the Prime Minister running fucking England?
Yep.
Yeah. So in retrospect, I guess the Queen was more like a CEO?
I think so.
Like, she's like the Ray Kroc of like McDonald's.
Yes, I think so.
Like, you have all these different McDonald's, and I don't know if that's the plural, but I don't care. And one man sits at the top, and that's Queen Elizabeth.
Yep.
Perfect.
70 years.
Well, R.I.P. you old bitch.
She did, at 19, she did participate in World War II. I think she's one of the only monarchs who's been in a world war. But I don't know how she participated. Like, I don't know if she, and she wasn't a monarch at the time. She was just a princess back then.
Mm-hmm. Well,
but
you know,
I don't know what she did. I don't know if
Elvis also went to war, so I'm not impressed.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm with you. I really don't care. You know what? There's a part of me that wants to care.
Yeah.
Because she is a world leader.
Yep.
She, my friend Jacob's in town. He did make a good point that, like, in some ways she's the last bridge, from like the past tradition to the present. Because of how long her reign was.
Yeah.
You know. But
what'd your phone find?
I don't know, some TV show called Rain. Weird. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I want to care, but I don't. I'm just like, I don't care. It's not going to destabilize the world or anything because it's been so long coming
Mhm.
that it's just like I'm glad we don't have to worry about it anymore. I guess.
True. So how long what am I listening to right now?
I just stepped into the living room and they're watching Dairy Girls on Netflix.
What the fuck is Dairy Girls?
Oh, it's a fantastic show that takes place in Derry, Ireland, in like the 90s.
Does that do
Probably
it?
the 80s.
Does that do with cows?
Well, only if you want to be derogatory toward Irish women.
Uh,
It's got a group of high school girls doing high school girl shit
gotcha.
in Ireland before the what's the word? What's it called?
The Great Potato Famine?
No, it's like in the time of the Troubles.
I don't know what the fuck that means. Time of the Troubles?
Yeah, the Troubles in Ireland when the IRA was doing all the terrorism, trying to unify Ireland by chasing English out in the like 60s, 70s, and 80s.
See, I'm thinking of ye old times. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm on board. Anyways,
Yeah.
that's not the show I want to talk about, though. I want to talk a little bit about She-Hulk.
Yeah.
But before we do that, I want to talk about bringing some shit back.
Yeah, let's bring some shit back.
I want to talk about bringing some things back. There's some things that are no longer here. And it'd be nice for them to come back.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm gonna let you go ahead, Joe. It's been about 3 weeks since we've done this.
Excellent. I only have one. Is that okay? I don't have to have three?
No, you don't need 3.
Okay, good.
That's the best part about our show, Joe. We can do what we want.
Yeah, that's true. I like that.
Yeah. So, go for it.
I'm excited to bring back this snack. I, for one, love pretzels.
Yes.
Pretzels are one of my favorite snacks. And I love them plain. I love them with like that ranch powder that our aunt puts on them. I love them with all kinds of different flavors, whatever you can get at the store. But one particular flavor was discontinued, I think within the last couple of years. And I confess I didn't know it was discontinued because I'm the only person I know who likes this flavor. So I never buy it. But Rolled Gold, I think it was Rolled Gold. I got to double check. Gold. Honey mustard, I believe, pretzels were discontinued, and I would like them back. I love a honey mustard pretzel.
Gold honey mustard pretzel.
Mm-hmm. Tiny twists.
There are flavor of things that I can never bring myself to try. One is sweet and sour sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do it. And the other one is honey mustard.
You're missing out.
I've never once ever eaten anything that is flavored honey mustard. Because it terrifies me to think that it tastes like honey and it tastes like mustard.
It does. It tastes like sweet mustard. It's delicious.
No.
It's one of my favorite. I learned to love it when I worked at Wendy's, and I would get the chicken nuggets for lunch, and I would get honey mustard dip with it.
No.
It's delicious.
It's also the same reason. And I don't know if you know this about me, so I'm going to let you into my world here a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If I make a sandwich, okay, I can either put mayonnaise or mustard on it. Unless it's freshly carved ham, I could do both on a freshly carved ham sandwich.
Nice.
But if I'm making like a turkey sandwich, a salami sandwich, just a regular ham sandwich, a beef sandwich, whatever it is, if I'm making a regular couple slices of bread and sandwich, I could do mayo or mustard. I can't do both. If I put cheese on it, it has to be mayo. I cannot do mustard. I cannot have mustard and cheese on the same sandwich. Ever.
Fascinating.
I can never fucking do it. I don't know what it is, But if I make a fucking sandwich and I was like, you know what? I want some cheese on this. Mustard never comes out of the fridge. Only mayo or Miracle Whip. If I decide I want mustard, I have to leave cheese off on the sandwich. Just can't do it.
That's really interesting. I wonder why.
I have no idea. Also, the idea of putting ketchup on a sandwich is absolutely horrifying. But
totally agree.
But I could dip a grilled cheese into ketchup.
Interesting. I could do that, but I don't think I'd like it.
See, to me, it's the same concept as like dipping a grilled cheese into like tomato soup.
Yeah, I can get behind the concept. I just don't know that I would like it.
Yeah, I think that's the only reason I could justify it. And yet, it repulses me to think putting a ketchup on a hot dog. I can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
That horrifies me to no end. I don't understand how my mind works in the logic of putting like condiments on shit.
Yeah.
But it's just like if I go to McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy, if I go to any fucking burger place and shit, you know, I'll get a burger just how it's made, no fucking problem. But if I make a fucking cheeseburger at home, no condiments. Burger, cheese, bun, done.
Nice.
I don't want to mess around with fucking condiments. I don't understand it. But I can't put ketchup on a hot dog, but I can dip a grilled cheese in it. And I can't put mustard on a sandwich as cheese.
Fascinating. I've definitely just like eaten a piece of cheese with mustard in it.
No, can't do it.
Just like take an American single and just put cheese down the middle and then roll it up.
I could tell you right now that as I sit here, I feel nauseous just by that fucking idea.
That's fair. I was afraid you would be nauseous, but I hoped you wouldn't be. And I feel a little guilty for making that joke.
No, it's okay.
It is a thing I've done, though, for real.
I could put it past me. But why the fuck would you do that?
I just sometimes I want mustard, but can't just eat it on its own. And I don't keep lunch meat in the house because I'm the only one who eats it, and so we just don't usually have meat in the house. And so we usually have a lot of cheese, and so.
Is this one of your elegant cheeses or like a Kraft Singles?
It's usually more elegant cheese. It's usually like a provolone or a cheddar. But I've definitely done it with a Kraft Single before.
You put mustard on an elegant cheese?
Yep.
You know, like mustard is like deemed like a hillbilly condiment, right?
Yep.
And you put it on elegant cheeses.
I put that shit on. It's like Frank's hot sauce. I put that shit on everything.
If you were part of like a cheese club, you would be removed from that club.
So be it.
The world you live in, man. It just sounds bad. Like I've
made like a cheese plate and put like spicy mustard and brown mustard and horseradish mustard and regular yellow mustard on there to dip my cheese in, to like try and pair my mustard to my cheese.
If I ever came over to your house and I saw you eating a piece of cheese with mustard on it, I would accidentally buy 2 gallons of milk and be like, oh no, well, do you want this extra gallon of milk? Because I'd assume you'd be struggling for bread and milk. And that's why you're fucking eating what you're eating.
No, sometimes you just want a sweet and savory snack.
Sweet and savory is not mustard and cheese.
Cheese is sweet and mustard is savory.
Or your elegant cheeses.
Yeah.
If I was to come over and see you take a piece of elegant, let's say brie. Let's just say brie, or maybe a Gouda,
sure.
Whatever.
Oh,
and you're just like,
some mustard on a Gouda?
And you're just like, oh, let me grab my fucking Plotchmans because I'm not buying French's. And let me put some of this on this cheese. I tell you to stop buying the classy cheese and just get some fucking bread.
It's not as good on plain bread. I want it on cheese.
What's your thoughts on like is it Dijon mustard?
I love Dijon mustard.
I do like Dijon mustard. Oh, you know what's fucking good? Either like I will do like if I have like a roast beef sandwich, not like a hot Italian beef, but like slices of deli roast beef.
Yep.
I will either do horseradish mustard, like a regular white mustard with horseradish in it, or I'll get some Dijon mustard and I'll put it on there.
Delicious. That sounds really good.
One of my favorite things is horsey sauce from Arby's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I always forget to get it.
So, some Arby's don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
The Arby's down in Bradley, they don't carry it, but the Arby's up in Lamont does. But the Arby's up in Lamont sucks. That's the one. Remember I was telling you the story? Remember I was telling you that story? I ordered 3 different sandwiches and they were all fucking wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they remember the horsey sauce.
Arby's, we have the raw meats. Yeah.
Well, let me tell you what I want to bring back, Joe.
Yeah, please do. I'm excited.
So, I want to get back into fitness, and I want to start doing more activities. And so, like, I want to go for walks and stuff like that. I want to take Coops for walks in the park, and I really kind of like when I go out and do shit like that, I want to just be kept to myself. Like, I don't want to walk by and start talking to somebody, and somebody's dog starts to my dog. Like, I just want to put headphones on, go for a walk, ignore the fucking world, and just have like my time to myself.
Sure.
And I kept thinking to myself, like, I got this fucking iPod, and it's in my car. It's a touchscreen iPod. It's one of the newest one that the last one they came out with. And I kept thinking to myself, like, you know, this one's kind of old. Maybe it's time for me, you know, to get like a new one or an updated one, you know, something different, maybe with more fucking memory and shit like that. And I go online, and it never dawned on me because I'm not an Apple guy.
Right.
I like my Androids, but you can't fuck around with an iPod. You know, fuck Zune. You know, so I didn't realize that they stopped making iPods. And everyone I talk to tells me the same thing. And you've mentioned this to me before because we talked about, you know, the iPod before, is that it's all on phones now. You can just listen to music through your phones and shit. But I don't want to like I got an arm strap with a fucking with a case. So you put the iPhone into this rubber case, you slip the fucking arm strap through it, and you strap it onto your arm, and I can go to the gym and work out, I can go for walks, I got my wireless headphones on, and it's right fucking there, and I don't want to strap a bulky fucking phone to my fucking arm. I like the small iPod.
Totally agree.
But it's not an option anymore. And it bugs me, like, you know, like here I am with an Android phone, and they don't have like MP3 players anymore. There's no like individual MP3 players.
Yep.
So I think it's time for, I don't know if fucking Apple wants to fucking, you know, kick the dust off of some old plans, or if Android wants to take a risk on their own, but we need fucking MP3 players back. Preferably
I'd take Zoom if I had to.
Right? I just want an MP3. Like I said, the one I have, it's fine. It works. But it's just, it's old, you know, like it's not fucking staying charged as long as it used to. And it's already fucking full. And I got more music I'd love to put on there and sync it with my iTunes. And it's just, it's a sad fucking thing to where I gotta sit here and be like, cool. So if I want to listen to music, I gotta keep my fucking phone in my pocket with my fucking headphones. And I don't want a fucking phone bouncing around in my pocket while I'm trying to fucking work out at the gym or going for a walk in the park. I want it strapped to my fucking arm so I can lean over, tap the fucking button on my fucking upper arm and move on. So depressing.
Totally agree.
I wish they had MP3 players. So I want MP3 players to come back.
Agreed. Yeah, I had finally gotten to the point of talking myself into getting an iPod as just like an extra, you know, you can use it as an extra camera. You could use it as a music player, or just like, you know, if you just want to be disconnected, but still listen to music.
Yeah.
It's great. And I just finally talked myself into looking into it. They canceled it. Right when they canceled it. It's like, man. Bummer.
Yeah, it's annoying, and I get to most people it's convenience and shit, and that's awesome. But I mean, I've seen people have fucking arm straps for their fucking iPhones, and it's just so fucking bulky and just weird.
Yeah, bring back make us like a 6 terabyte iPod Classic, you cowards.
right? You know what would be awesome? You know what would be really cool? And I might be okay with this. Is if they made a MP3 player that's a watch
Yeah.
that doubles as a heart monitor. It's just like a fitness fucking tool. You put it on, it monitors your heart rate, your steps, but also it stores your music.
Yeah, like something between the iPod Nano that was like the Gen 6 iPod Nano that was the precursor to the Apple Watch, and the Apple Watch. Like something in between those would be perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I don't need it to like go online and send texts and make phone calls. All it does is monitor my heart rate, takes my steps, and plays fucking music.
Yep.
All I want. Just something
Awesome.
as simple as that. You could call it the iFit or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's the Apple Watch is called? Just called Apple Watch? It's not like
Yeah, it's
iWatch?
just called Apple Watch. No, it's nothing special.
How lazy is that fucking naming?
Oh, it's really lazy.
So lazy.
It's a great product, though. I really enjoy mine.
You do have one.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot you have iPhones.
Yep, I made the switch back a couple years ago.
Interesting.
Yep.
Well, now I'm out of drink, and I know I'm going to start coughing really bad. I know it's 40 ounces, too.
Wow.
I went by quick. I'm a thirsty guy. My problem is I don't drink enough throughout the day.
Yeah, I get that.
And I started fasting again. So it's like I only eat between noon and 8, so my window is gone.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried to fill the void with tea and water. And that's what I just drink. I just drank some tea, and now it's fucking gone, and I'm really thirsty. Slightly upset now. I think this is what England feels like right now. So She-Hulk is officially on Disney Plus. Oh, so is Thor: Love and Thunder. Finally made it to Disney Plus too. So if you guys haven't seen that, that's now available on Disney Plus.
I need to get on that one. I have wanted to see that.
It is so good. And let me tell you what I love most about She-Hulk. I thought I was gonna sneeze. It wasn't. Never mind. Okay.
Oh,
So
I thought you were pausing for comedic effect.
Nah. So, first off, I love the actress who they have portraying She-Hulk. I don't remember her name off the top of my head. It's not important, but the actress, fucking amazing. I love the fact that this is not only like humorous, like it's comedic. I know it's supposed to be like an action show, but they have so much comedy in it. It reminds me a lot of Deadpool because it also, like Deadpool, breaks the fourth wall.
Nice.
So I like the fact that they do that, and like it just like kind of happened randomly throughout the show. There's been some cameos in it, obviously. The Hulk is in it, the first couple episodes. You got Abomination, who's in it for because only been 4 episodes that's been released so far. And the other thing I love about it, they're like 30, 35 fucking minutes long. They're not like 40, 45 fucking minutes. It just gets to the fucking point. I also love the fact that because Abomination was in it, it showed the footage of him fighting. You've seen Shang-Chi, the Legends of the Ring?
Yeah. Yep.
So the Abomination scene in that.
Oh, yeah.
They shown She-Hulk, so I like how now they're kind of tying that into it. Wong makes an appearance in it as well. And nice. They're kind of debuting another, I guess, kind of villain-esque character. And Atiana, I think is her name, if I pronounce that right. But I love how, like, because it kind of, like, gears, I think, more towards, like, kids in the way it kind of presents itself, because it is a little bit goofy. And we've seen them kind of get, like, I don't want to say, like, goofy and everything since, like, Ragnarok. I think Ragnarok was kind of, like, the breaking point of, like, more comedy in Marvel movies. But it Yeah, and it hasn't been all of them since. You know, I mean,
Right.
obviously Ragnarok was kind of funny. Love and Thunder was funny. Guardians of the Galaxies have humor in it. Infinity Wars, not Xfinity, fucking A, fuck you, Cable. Infinity Wars, Endgame, wasn't really anything geared comedically in it. We saw a lot of dark, scenes and stuff in the newest Doctor Strange movie.
Right.
So it's interesting to me how Marvel, like, you know, like, even though this is all like the same universe and how they're kind of slowly bringing everything together, it shows how, like, you could get like a suspense thriller out of Doctor Strange, or a rom-com out of Thor, or an action movie out of fucking, you know, the Avengers.
Absolutely.
So you're getting different genres of movies, and it's all within the same multiverse, or whatever the fuck you call it, the Marvel, the MCU, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
Cinematic universe.
Thank you. I still don't know what I feel about, like, the Marvel TV show, the Kamala Khan one, because that seems almost too kiddish for me.
I can see that.
But and I still got to finish that one. I really dove into She-Hulk because it's just it's so entertaining. Because like I said, the fourth wall thing was awesome. It's just, I don't know. I can't say too. I can't. There's so much good that came out of the She-Hulk show.
That makes
And
me really happy.
Yeah, and I know a lot of these characters, like when you look at like Sam Wilson as the new Captain America, Kamala Khan, She-Hulk, you know that when they bring in the next generation of Avengers, they're going to have some part in it.
Right.
And I think what's cool also with these characters is the actors and actresses who are portraying them. And not so much Sam Wilson, I can't remember his real name, but
Anthony Mackie.
Yeah. Not so much him because he has been in the MCU for so long, but like these new televised MCU actresses and actors, they're going to get a pretty decent rub in the MCU when they start starring in these movies that are coming up.
Right.
So I think that's really cool. So it's opening doors for more people to get more popularity, get more fame, and hopefully, you know, grow their careers. And,
right.
and, you know, like when it comes to like Disney, there's been like a lot of horror stories about Disney as a company.
Right.
But you can't doubt that when they fucking, like, you know, give a person an opportunity, they become fucking stars.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, I mean, honestly, like before Chris Evans, you know, became Captain America, he wasn't really doing much before that.
Mm-mm. No,
you know,
I think, well, yeah, he had been in the Fantastic Four as Johnny Storm.
Yeah.
Was Snowpiercer before Captain America? Or was it in between Captain Americas?
Snowpiercer?
Snowpiercer.
I want to say it was after the first Avenger.
Gotcha.
I want to say it was.
Yeah, so I don't even know. Yeah, so I can't even think of anything else he was in other than, he was in, Not Another Teen Movie.
Yep, and The Losers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these, I mean, they're movies, but they're not box office fucking movies.
Mm-mm.
You know, same thing with Robert Downey Jr. You know, I mean, the two movies that I remember outside of Iron Man is Charlie Bartlett and Tropic Thunder.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but now Robert Downey Jr. is a known
Household
guy.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Holland, same thing. He was new, and then Spider-Man came around.
Yeah. What a lucky break.
Chris Pratt, I think, is probably one of the more, like, well-known-ish guys. I think that's because of, like, Parks and Rec. I mean, I know he was also in, like, Wanted, and he's in that movie with Vince Vaughn, with all the kids and shit. Delivery Man or something like that.
No kidding.
Yeah, he was like, he was like Vince Vaughn's lawyer, I think, in that one.
I can't picture him as a lawyer. Oh, man.
Yeah. But, and then Wanted, he had a small part in. But yeah, look, he does fucking Guardians of the Galaxy, and now he's also the fucking face of the Jurassic Park franchise.
Yeah, and he'll be apparently the voice of Mario.
Really?
I think so. I think that's what I heard in an upcoming Mario movie.
So I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see what they do further with She-Hulk. I know I still got to finish.
Miss Marvel.
Yeah, I got to finish Miss Marvel. I got to finish Falcon and Winter Soldier. So I haven't finished that one. I did finish Loki. I did finish What If. I finished Wanda and the WandaVision. Yeah, WandaVision. So there's ones that like I'm not big into, but I do got to commit to actually watch them because I don't want to miss anything.
Yeah.
Also, the only weird part too, I guess the only thing that's not maybe kid friendly when it comes to like She-Hulk, at the in the cut scene of episode 3, you see She-Hulk in her office twerking with Megan Thee Stallion.
Right.
So I don't know, seeing a big ass green CGI twerk probably isn't like the best kid friendly thing, but
yeah, but she's like it's not like she's naked or anything, right?
No. It's just like it's.
I feel like kids know about twerking.
Yeah, it's just random. It's just so fucking random. It's like, and I get it, like, you know, she's like the bubbly, outgoing Hulk.
Yeah.
You know, so
that's dope. I've been really excited for that show, and I missed that it dropped, and then I just didn't get a chance to watch it this week.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited for it. I mean, the Hulk is my favorite Avenger, so I was pumped to see Bruce Banner was in this in the previews. I've been looking forward to She-Hulk even before it was announced. I was like, I really hope they do She-Hulk. So
yeah, and the coolest part is they did an origin story in one episode.
Nice.
They explained they explained who she was, how she got her powers, all in one fucking episode. Now there is one scene that involves a spaceship that hasn't been clarified yet. Again, it's only 4 episodes in, so there may be more clarification later. But there is a scene that involves a spaceship that kind of keeps it very open ended. Probably into like next couple episodes or something like that. I don't know how many episodes are supposed to drop this season. Maybe 8 or 10. I think that's what the norm is for these Disney TV shows. But I'm just happy now that they're tying more things together. Now the only thing that I know of that hasn't been tied into the universe yet is the Eternals.
Right.
As far as I know, I can't remember, but they said this could also open up Shang-Chi and stuff to be more involved because of the footage from the Abomination thing. And maybe that's just a small little thing, but it's something. Because I think Shang-Chi's also supposed to be part of the new Avengers group and shit like that. I think that's what all these, like, you know, the Eternals and Shang-Chi and, you know.
Yeah, that's what like it's all leading to.
Yeah, because they need they need new Avengers.
Right.
You know, fucking Steve Rogers is old and Stark is dead and Tom Holland is doing something, not being remembered.
Yeah. Is he trapped in the multiverse? I don't even know.
No,
I still haven't seen that movie either.
I
feel like such a slacker.
Watch some fucking movies, man.
I know. I've been out of it. I don't know what's going on.
I know, you gotta watch. Well, how far behind are you?
I think about that far. I haven't seen Eternals. I haven't seen Thor, Love and Thunder. I haven't seen No Way Home. I have seen Shang-Chi, and I have seen Doctor Strange. And I've seen What If, Loki, and WandaVision. But I have not finished Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Or Falcon and the Winter Soldier, whatever that one is. And I haven't even started Miss Marvel or She-Hulk. So I'm behind. I'm very behind.
You're behind, yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a bonus now, Joe, because that's the stuff we're gonna start talking about here on this Freakin' show.
Yeah, that's what I've just been waiting for a reason to watch them. So now I've got it.
Yeah. You know, we're gonna give the people what they want, and that's talking about pop culture stuff, I guess is the best way to describe it. Movies and TV shows and music and a little current event stuff like the death of a queen. Yeah. Give the people what they want. We're going to talk about every freaking thing we can on this freaking show.
I'm in.
Yeah.
To it. I'm into it.
Joe, what are you freaking thinking about?
I am freaking thinking about. So the reason my friend Jacob is in is that we're going to go watch some of the League of Legends. I guess it's a regional event here in Chicago. So
I
they
have no idea what you're talking about.
there's a video game. It's an online game called League of Legends. I've never played it. A lot of people I know have played it. They really like it. It's the game that if you've seen the Netflix series Arcane, that's what that game is. That's what that show is based off of. Is some of the lore from that game.
Mm-hmm.
And my buddy's really into it. And he has like a team that he roots for and stuff. And it's like we're going to an esports sporting event. So it should be interesting. I'm really looking forward to it. I hope I learn something. I cannot say, having not played, I don't really understand the game, or anything, frankly. But I think it's going to be cool, and I think it's going to be a good time. So, yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. League of Legends competition this week.
Nice.
Yeah. What about you? What are you freaking thinking about?
I've been listening to a new podcast, and I'm a huge fan of like mysteries, whether it be like hauntings and ghosts, but also like murder investigations, like missing persons, stuff like that. And I found this podcast, and I didn't realize how popular it really was until I looked it up further. But it's called Murder with My Husband.
Oh, all right.
And I first scrolled through it when it came up on TikTok, and I was just like listening to them kind of like talking about like, and it's very similar to like Parcast. You know, the woman, obviously she does it with her husband, does all this research, gathers all this information, and they tell you about a crime that happened, whether it be like a missing person or a murder. And it varies. I mean, they've talked about, you know, murders that happened in the 1930s, and they've talked about kidnappings that happened in like 2005, missing people in like 2008 and 12 and shit. But the difference between Parcast and what they do is that when they do it, it's more like two people sitting there talking about it. It's like if you've seen the YouTube videos Drunken History.
Oh yeah.
So it's like if you take Parcast and blend it with like Drunken History. It's two people who are just sitting on a couch, husband and wife, and she's like telling him the story of these crimes that are happening. And she does all the information for it, talking about like the people and the timeline and everything from the beginning to end and like what's happening now with it and shit. But it's not like a person sitting there reading a script into a microphone, just like going through the fucking list and talking like, you know, almost near monotone stuff. It's like she puts emphasis into what she's talking about. And her husband, who I can only assume before they got married, lived underneath a rock. Because all these stories that she's telling him, he doesn't know anything about any of them. And I'm talking about like Lorena Bobbitt shit.
Oh my gosh.
Like he doesn't know, like he's heard of the story, but he never knew their names or like what really happened, like nothing. So, I mean, that's pretty cool too, because you're getting like a first-hand like response to like a first-hand reaction to this shit. But it's just goofy because like she's talking about these crimes that are pretty well known that he's never fucking heard of. But he also hates this shit. The only reason he's doing it is because she loves it. And also, I think the whole reason they started doing it was because of the pandemic. They started doing it in 2020. But apparently both her parents are also podcasters.
Oh, no kidding.
So, yeah. So I liked it. I started listening to it. The shows are about 40 to 50 minutes long. They've been doing it since like 2020. So I think I'm on episode like 15 of like 100 and something. Right. So I got a long way to go, but it's something that I could put on, like, I could start playing, and I can play it at work while I'm doing my, shit. Because it's also safe for work. They don't really swear and cuss on it and everything. I also found out that her husband, whose name is Garrett, by the way, we share the same birthday, May 26th.
Oh, no kidding. Same year, or, you know?
I'm not sure how old they are. I really don't. I know they're younger than me.
Gotcha.
I can't remember what they said, but I know it was in reference to the fact that they were younger than me. So maybe 30, maybe 31,
Gotcha.
somewhere under. I'm not sure the age, but I do know that he has the same birthday as I do.
Nice. That's fun.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I've been listening to that and everything, and it's just kind of cool. He sent me a lot of stories I already knew, but to get a different perspective of the story is actually pretty cool as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a good amount of time too. Like a nice 50-minute podcast is basically perfect.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean, if you cut out half the bullshit we do, we probably get down to like 45, 50 minutes.
Yeah. Well, one of my favorite podcasts for a long time was Small Town Murder.
Yeah.
And
I followed them.
one of the things,
I followed them on Facebook because of you.
yeah. One of the things I really liked about them when they started was that they tried to fit into a lunch hour.
Mm-hmm.
But now that they're like really popular and stuff, they're like 3 hours long, and I'm just like, this is good, but who has 3 hours to listen to a podcast?
Yeah. Well, and that's one of my biggest problems right now over at JFW. And it's not a problem. It's a fucking blessing.
Yeah.
In a sense that because it's wrestling, people will listen to it. But like
Right.
ever since I got Nubby to come on with me, and I don't know if Nubby listens to this show or not, but if you do, dude, this isn't a dig at you in any way. Ever since he came on, our shows have gone from like 45 minutes to like an hour and 45 minutes because there's so much information in independent wrestling that I have not been able to get a hold of that he's able to.
Nice.
So like he's giving me like match cards and results of multiple shows that happen on just a weekend. And, I mean, ideally in a perfect world, I would love to get our shows around an hour and 10 minutes, like at the most.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, and then
if
you could have like an extended podcast that like people sign up for on Patreon or something for like those who are really into like the 2 hour podcast.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because then like your casual listener can just listen casually.
Yeah, because the way I see it in my mind, I don't know how many people will do it or do it. If you do a show for like 2 hours and somebody just listens to the podcast on their way like home and shit like that, like in my mind, I think like, okay, they're going to take an hour long commute. They're going to listen to they're going to listen to your show for an hour, turn it off when they get to work, and then forget about it.
Right.
Maybe come back to it tomorrow, but maybe they got different podcasts that they listen to on a different day.
Yeah.
You know, I know when we came back from our break, we were saying like, hey, let's do the show. Let's get about 45 minutes in and everything. But the blessing of it, regardless of, however you want to look at it, to me, I think it's a blessing. We always go over, but I think it's because we get so drawn into what we're doing that we just lose track of time.
Right.
But yeah, no, I think 45 minutes is typically a good time. I think it's an average time. You know, not everyone can be like Joe Rogan who does like 4 hour long fucking podcast.
Right.
I don't understand who got me. I know I can sit there for 4 fucking hours, but to be entertained for 4 fucking hours, I mean, holy hell.
That's tough. Yeah.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
Every week our listeners can catch Cartoon Joe here on this freaking show. But if an hour of Cartoon Joe just isn't enough for our listeners, where can they go?
If you need more Cartoon Joe, you can find me over at the Geekcast Live podcast at violentpress.com. You can also find us on Facebook, iTunes, Spotify, and Twitter by searching Geekcast Live.
Perfect. Guys, just a reminder, this freaky show starts in less than 3 weeks. Travesty and the Freak Joe will be hosting the entirety of October as we bring you the celebrations of Halloween. And alongside those do come the cemetery series that we did in Indiana. So we're going to take you across 12 different cemeteries that me and the Freak Joe visited and kind of show you the surrounding areas and some of the older cemeteries that we have actually had an opportunity to check out. If you listen to any of our previous shows that when we talked about these, you know that it's going to be a little bit different because of a audio faux pas. But the editing has begun on it. The setups have gotten started, so we'll be doing voiceovers on those, and those will get released starting October 1st, and it's going to get released, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Every
think
Monday,
so.
Wednesday, Friday of October, from October 1st to October 31st. So, also keep in mind, actually, it doesn't matter, because there was something that was said in some of these videos, and I don't remember what they were, so we don't have to worry about them.
Yep.
So, hope you guys enjoy listening to us, as we go through, life with podcasting, as we talk about whatever we want to talk about here on this freaking show, because that's the podcast we chose to do. I'm losing myself in this close here, Joe. I don't know why. I do the close every fucking time, and I don't know how I'm losing myself in this fucking close. Anyways.
Maybe you run out of that tea.
Guys, make sure you do follow us on social media at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter just by searching This Freaking Show. And make sure you do follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Freakin Studios, the umbrella corporation or network of This Freaking Show and Just Freaking Wrestling. And obviously you can listen to our shows when they are released on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and Podbean. Please subscribe, like, review anywhere you possibly can, because the reviews and the likes and subscriptions help boost us in ratings and lists and everything as far as podcasts go. If you are a creator, and I can't stress this enough, if you are a creator of cosplays or music or movies or comics or what have you, please reach out to us at This Freaking Show on Facebook or at thisfreakinshow@yahoo.com. And come on the show. We'd love to talk to you about your creations and what you've done. We've done it many, many times with cosplayers and comic book creators and comedians and movie creators and stuff. So we love doing that. And we love to get you guys on here. That's all I got. As always, I am Travesty.
I'm Cartoon Joe.
And thank you for listening to another episode of This Freaking Show. I'm out.